All right, welcome back for another Star Trek rewatch. Today we're up to Wolf in the Fold. I will read from Alan Asherman's Star Trek Compendium. I don't really like the entry for this episode, so I will be interrupting and kind of inserting my commentary and then give you my review for it, and we'll close it out. So the writer for Wolf in the Fold was Robert Bloch. Of course, you know him from Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. He wrote the novel. He also wrote two other episodes of Star Trek that we've already watched, What Are Little Girls Made Of and Cat's Paw. This is his third and final entry into the Star Trek canon. The director for this was Joseph Pevney, and we'll just get right into it here. So Stardate 3614.9. Kirk and McCoy have taken Scotty to planet Argelius 2 for therapeutic leave after an accidental head injury caused by a female crew member. This was a weird plot point that I didn't fully understand. Anyways, the episode opens up. It looks like there's a woman belly dancing. I don't know. Are they in a brothel? Because it's 1960s television, but Mr. Scott is incredibly taken by this woman. And they're just kind of, Kirk, McCoy, and Scotty are kind of just, hey, lecherously looking at these women that are walking around them. Scott goes out with this woman, and then we hear a scream, and she is murdered. Apparently by Scotty. She's been stabbed several times, okay? Let's see. A series of brutal murders of young women. We haven't got to that part yet, but the murders have apparently been committed by Mr. Scott. Suggests the engineer may have been more seriously injured than thought. Scotty can recall nothing. There is a female crew member. They look for, she's supposed to bring the, what is it called? The psycho tricorder, I guess, to do psychological readings on Mr. Scott. For some reason, Kirk and McCoy leave Scotty alone with this woman who's suspected of murder. She screams off screen. They walk in, same thing. Crew member is dead, so he's killed another female. All right, apparently. So this brings our crewman death count up to 43. So we are at a total of 43 deaths for the series, running total. We get another Bones. This is, I think, the second time in the episode where he says, "She's dead, Jim." Right? So moving along, the engineer, okay, Scotty can recall nothing. This happens in all the murders. The chief city administrator, Hengist, wants him arrested immediately. A psychic reveals the real murderer, a previously unknown ancient life form, Radjack, that first appeared on Earth as Jack the Ripper. So they have this seance thing, pretty cool scene. This woman ends up getting murdered. Mr. Scott's walking around completely free, no physical restraints, pretty crazy. But he murders this woman, or rather Radjack, the entity that's possessing him, murders the woman. The entity in its current incarnation of Hengist is trapped aboard the Enterprise and transported to outer space at maximum dispersion, scattering and effectively destroying the creature. Maybe or maybe not. So that's it. The guy that plays Piglet is in this one from Winnie the Pooh, and I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I could look it up in the director or in the actor credits, but I didn't bother. But we get the whole thing with Radjack, with his, I guess, trying to be maniacal voice. Talking about how he's going to kill the crew and all this, and they can't stop him. But all I can hear is Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. So it kind of cracks me up, and I find it very humorous and funny. So we get 3 deaths in this episode. Like I said, 1 crewman death. It's kind of a strange episode with a lot of, I don't know, mystical mumbo jumbo. Spock wants to rely on science. At one point, Kirk says we have to abide by the laws of this planet. So I guess Starfleet doesn't get diplomatic immunity. Yeah, it's a weird episode. Probably one of the most strange episodes of Star Trek that I've seen so far. All of the Robert Bloch episodes have been a little bit weird. What Are Girls Made Of is probably the best. Cat's Paw was weird. This one is weird. So yeah, it's a very strange episode of Star Trek. I really don't have a whole lot else to say about it other than that. The idea of Jack the Ripper being a alien from another planet, like an entity that travels the cosmos, possessing people and preying on women, is it's kind of interesting, but it's like really, really out there. Um, there is one shore leave photo here. I'll show that to you. That's what at the beginning of the episode when they're in like the I don't know what it is, the saloon on this planet, the brothel slash saloon. Um, James Doohan gets to shine in this one. He gets a lot of screen time, and the plot kind of revolves around him. So it's one of the few episodes we have that doesn't revolve around Captain Kirk or Spock or McCoy. That's really all I have to say about it. The part where Kirk has the crew get sedated with tranquilizers is really weird. Like Sulu, they give the trank to all the crew members when Radjack like infects the ship's computers and stuff so that they don't freak out. Kirk orders them like sedated, and they're just like far out, groovy, man. And Sulu says something really wild, like I can't remember what he says, but it's how could I be afraid of anything when I'm on this stuff? You know, he's like laughing, like how could I be afraid of anything on this stuff? Oh my! So yeah, that's kind of funny. All right, what do you think about this one? Let me know below. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time, have a wonderful day.